Dear friends, we all have moments when we feel insecure and confused by the people around us. Sometimes, the people we trust and value are the source of chaos in our lives. Think about it. Have you ever trusted someone only to find out that they were the cause of your pain and problems? Today, we're going to dive into a topic that's both fascinating and terrifying. Recognizing the signs that you're dealing with a toxic person, whether it's a coworker, friend, or even family member. These people may hide their true nature behind charm and charisma, but Stoic philosophy teaches us how to recognize and deal with them. Explore the 5 telltale signs of a toxic person, and learn how to protect your mental and physical health. Don't miss the special bonus at the end of the video, where I share an effective strategy for setting firm boundaries with these toxic individuals. Hit the subscribe and follow button so you don't miss a thing. Here we go. The first sign is control. Humans have always had a need for control and power, but when viewed through the lens of Stoic thought, we get a different perspective. True control over others doesn't come from having power over them, but from being able to control our own emotions and reactions. According to Stoic philosophy, inner strength comes from realizing and accepting that the only thing we can truly control is how we perceive things and how we react to them. Everything else, from the actions of others to natural events, is beyond our control. In relationships, control is often disguised as care or love. Some people may think they are doing the best for others when they try to guide or protect them. However, Stoicism believes that each person can only control their own behavior. This controlling behavior can manifest in many forms, such as unreasonable jealousy, demanding unfair changes, or restricting personal freedom. This not only shows that the controlling person is insecure and fearful, but also selfish and ignorant of true love and freedom. Controlling only causes pain and harm to others, creating an invisible wall that breaks down trust and connection. Its effects go beyond emotional loss, affecting self-esteem and personal growth on both sides. Stoic philosophy teaches us to understand and accept things as they are, to accept that everyone has the right to freedom and autonomy, and to work on controlling our own thoughts and actions in order to live a freer and more meaningful life. A good example is the relationship between Jack and Julia. Initially, their relationship was built on deep trust and love. They both felt like they had found their true love and built beautiful memories together. Jack had always been the one to care for and protect Julia, and that made her feel safe and loved. However, over time, Jack's deep love gradually turned into fear of losing Julia. He began to worry about imaginary risks and dangers she might encounter. At first, Jack's actions seemed like deep concern. Gradually, he became more controlling. Jack began to speak out against some of Julia's friends, claiming that they were not good for her. He even disapproved of Julia's personal choices, from the clothes she wore to her career decision. Jack justified his actions by saying that he just wanted Julia to feel respected and safe. But in reality, these actions stemmed from his fear and need for control. Julia began to feel like she was losing her personal space and freedom. As each day passed, she felt pressured and exhausted by Jack's unreasonable demands and unfounded jealousy. This led to heated arguments, and their relationship became tense and full of conflict. Julia used to be a strong and independent woman, but under pressure from Jack, she gradually became withdrawn and anxious. She no longer felt comfortable sharing her feelings and thoughts with Jack for fear of criticism or judgment. Julia felt stifled and lost her personal identity. She remembered the early days when their relationship was full of love and hope, but now everything was filled with pain and disappointment. Julia decided it was time to reclaim her freedom and self-respect. She understood that true love is not about control and domination, but about mutual respect and trust. One day, Julia sat down with Jack and made it clear how she felt. She said that she needed space and time to find herself, and that their relationship could not continue this way. Julia left the relationship, taking with her valuable lessons about the importance of trusting others and maintaining personal freedom in love. A relationship that was once filled with love and hope turned into a painful lesson, but it also helped Julia better understand her values and what really matters in a relationship. Jack, after Julia left, felt lost and miserable. He realized that his control and jealousy had destroyed the relationship he once cherished. Jack began to learn about Stoic philosophy and realized that he needed to learn to control his emotions and reactions. He realized that true power does not come from controlling others, but from being able to control himself. Jack decided to change and become a better person. He learned to accept things as they are and respect the freedom of others. Jack and Julia's relationship became a valuable lesson in the importance of respect, trust, personal freedom, and love. The second sign to recognize a bad person is the charming mask. We have all met people who at first glance appear attractive and charming. They attract our attention with their irresistible charm, but when we look closer, we see their true nature. Stoicism reminds us that self-control and intelligence are the keys to knowing the truth. Beyond the glamorous exterior, we will see that inside they are full of secrets and calculations. The mask of charm is not just a facade, it is a way for others to attract and even control us. These people often act as if they are caring, attentive, and always willing to help, but in reality, their actions sometimes come from selfishness or malice. According to Stoic philosophy, we should carefully observe and analyze both the outside world and ourselves. When we meet someone attractive, Stoic philosophy advises us to ask ourselves whether they have our best interests at heart, or whether their actions are just part of a larger plan to get what they want. There is a big difference between genuine charm and deceptive charm, and it has to do with the intention and outcome of the action. A genuinely kind and caring person will not try to take advantage of their kindness, while those who use charm to achieve their own ends are only thinking about their own personal gain. Take Ben, a successful businessman, for example, who is always happy to share his experiences and offer to help his colleagues. Initially, Ben makes a good impression on people, but over time, some of his colleagues begin to notice a pattern in his behavior. Ben's help often comes with hidden expectations. For example, he helps a colleague complete a difficult project, then implies that they owe him a favor. Another time, he volunteered to lead a new work group, but then used the group's success as a springboard for his own personal career. These actions were not motivated by kindness, but by a desire to control and benefit from Ben's social relationships. This led to his colleagues feeling insecure and losing trust in Ben when they realized that his charming exterior was just a mask, hid the truth. Once, I had a friend named John Smith, who was charming and friendly from the first time we met. He was always willing to help me whenever I had difficulty, from small things like fixing my computer, bigger things like career advice. However, after a while, I began to notice some unusual things. Whenever John Smith helped, he always included subtle reminders that I should be grateful and help him when needed. One time he asked me to recommend him for a position in the company I worked for, even though he was not qualified for the position. When I refused, he started to be cold and create distance between us. I gradually realized that John Smith's charm and kindness did not really come from his heart. He used the mask of charm to control and exploit the people around him for his own benefit. This realization made me realize that I need to be more careful in relationships and not be easily seduced by glamorous appearances. Stoic philosophy teaches us to maintain self-control and wisdom, to see through the seductive masks. We need to ask ourselves whether the person really cares about our happiness or is just using us to achieve their own goals. By applying these principles, we can protect ourselves from bad people and build more sincere and meaningful relationships. Always remember that charming appearances can hide many things. Don't be seduced by sweet words and good deeds. Be sober and observe carefully to recognize the true nature of the people around you. Only self-control and wisdom help us overcome temptation and live a more meaningful and happy life. The third sign that we need to recognize is a lack of empathy. Empathy is not simply the ability to understand the emotions of others, but the ability to share and feel those emotions. It is one of the most important factors in social relationships and communication. It is not enough to understand how others feel. You must also feel some part of their thoughts, feelings, or perspective. Lack of empathy, sometimes called empathy deficits, can have a major impact on people's personal, social, and moral relationships. People who lack empathy are unable or unwilling to synchronize their emotions with those of others. This is often manifested by not caring about how their actions affect others, not caring about their feelings, and having difficulty forming close relationships. Psychological and brain research suggests that lack of empathy may be linked to certain mental disorders, such as narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, and autism spectrum disorder. These disorders may be related to abnormal functioning in the amygdala and prefrontal cortex, areas of the brain that help us recognize and process emotions. For example, in a workplace setting, a cold and indifferent CEO fails to show empathy for an employee who is struggling personally. The employee tells the CEO that he is caring for a seriously ill relative, but the CEO still demands that the employee work overtime and refuses to take time off. This action shows that the CEO does not care about the employee's health or well-being, but is focused only on the short-term benefits of the job. This action not only lowers employee morale, but also causes employees to lose trust in their manager, leading to stress and discord in the workplace. Stoic philosophy provides tools to address these issues in a meaningful and successful way. It emphasizes the importance of controlling our reactions and maintaining calm and compassion in the face of a lack of compassion. According to Stoic thought, we should focus on what we can control, our own reactions and emotions. This helps us not to get caught up in the insensitive actions of others and to maintain our own emotional balance. Stoicism also teaches us that everyone has their own struggles, and compassion is the key to overcoming division and pain. When we show empathy and understanding to others, we not only help them, but also help ourselves become stronger and more patient in every situation. As one Stoic philosopher once said, "How you deal with things is more important than what you deal with." This quote emphasizes that we have the power and ability to choose how we respond to every situation, even when we are going through difficult times. This not only helps us overcome them, but also makes us a source of inspiration and strength for those around us. In life, we will inevitably encounter people who lack compassion. However, by applying the principles of Stoicism, we can learn to perceive and handle these situations with awareness, patience, and compassion. Not only does this help us protect and nurture our moral integrity, it also helps make the world a better place where compassion and mutual understanding are valued and promoted. So the next time you're dealing with someone who lacks compassion, ask yourself how you can actively practice compassion, not only towards others, but also towards yourself. In difficult situations, maintaining compassion is a challenge, but it is also an opportunity for us to become better and build a more positive living and working environment. Fourth sign is the web of lies. People who use lies as a sharp tool to hide the truth and control others often have serious consequences. They may lie incessantly, not out of necessity, but to gain power or avoid responsibility. This behavior is often accompanied by inconsistency and overreaction when challenged about the truth, creating a toxic work environment that damages trust among colleagues and reduces productivity and team spirit. A true story from my everyday life illustrates this problem clearly. I once worked with Emily, a hardworking and dedicated accountant. She always completed her work carefully and honestly. However, one day, Emily began to notice irregularities in her colleague John's reports. John had made himself look like an excellent candidate for a new management position by inflating his achievements and bragging about work he had never done. John's reports were filled with false information, creating a completely unrealistic image of his ability. Emily was shocked and disappointed when she realized the truth. She did not let her emotions cloud her judgment. Instead, Emily began to meticulously and patiently collect evidence of the errors in John's reports. She took careful notes, compared documents, and discovered many inaccuracies that John had intentionally included. When she had enough evidence, Emily decided to meet with her manager privately to explain everything. She told the story objectively, without showing any signs of irritation or anger. Emily's calmness and honesty convinced her manager. The manager decided to conduct a thorough investigation of the project reports and reevaluate the employee performance review process. Thanks to Emily's intelligence and insight, Not only John, but the entire company learned a valuable lesson about the importance of honesty and openness. Emily's actions helped restore trust among her colleagues and create a healthier work environment. This event is also a powerful reminder that, even when faced with lies, we should stay strong, focus on self-awareness, and meditate to strengthen our spirit in the face of challenges. Emily's story is a clear example of applying Stoic philosophy to everyday life. This philosophy teaches us that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control how we respond. In this situation, Emily chose to respond intelligently and rationally, not letting her emotions control her. She focused on doing the right thing, protecting the truth, and maintaining integrity in her work. Stoicism also reminds us of the importance of maintaining self-respect and professional ethics. Despite difficulties and challenges, we must always remember that honesty and openness are core values, cannot be changed. These values not only help us build a positive working environment, but also help us develop ourselves comprehensively and sustainably. Finally, Emily's story is also a reminder of the importance of patience and perseverance. Despite being faced with lies and deception, she did not give up, but continued to seek the truth and protect the values she believed in. Emily's patience and perseverance brought worthy results, not only for her, but also for the company. This reminds us that, in any situation, always keep faith in yourself and your core values. Finally, let's begin our journey of self-awareness and healing together by talking about people who seem charming and charismatic at first. It's important to remember that appearances can be deceiving. These individuals often have a way of lighting up a room, making everyone around them feel special and valued. They know exactly what to say to create a sense of intimacy. You feel like you found a new best friend at first sight. They seem perfect, funny, engaging, and interested in your life. It's easy to get caught up in thinking that you found someone truly special. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us to look beyond the surface and seek the truth through rational thought and observation over time. You may begin to notice small cracks in their surface. Perhaps they always need to be the center of attention, overwhelming others in social settings. They may talk over your head, interrupt you, or even subtly put you down in front of others. These are not just quirks or signs of an extroverted personality, but warning signs. Stoic philosophy advises us to observe these behaviors with a clear mind, unclouded by the initial excitement of their charisma. Imagine you're at a party where this person is the center of attention, telling jokes and drawing in the crowd from the start. It's great to be in their orbit, but as the evening progresses, you realize they're dominating the conversation and making it all about themselves. When you try to share something about your life, they quickly turn the subject back to themselves. This is where the Stoic principle of detachment, a state of being undisturbed by external things, comes in handy in maintaining emotional balance. You can see through their charming acts and recognize the selfish nature underneath. It is also important to pay attention to how they react when things don't go their way. A truly kind and caring person will handle disappointment and disagreements with grace and understanding. Someone who is just playing the part to gain your trust, they quickly become angry or defensive. They may become angry or attempt to manipulate the situation to regain control. According to Stoic philosophy, such reactions are a clear sign of a lack of moral character. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to be wary of people who show signs of anger and manipulation, as these are not characteristics of a rational and virtuous person. Bad people often try to control and manipulate others, using a variety of methods to control the thoughts, feelings, actions of others without them realizing it. Manipulation can be used for good or evil, but when abused, it can cause great harm. Manipulators often have a deep understanding of human psychology, good communication skills, and strategic thinking, but lack genuine relationships with others and lack ethics. For example, at work, I once met a colleague named Linda. She was always charming and friendly, easily winning people over. At first, I felt very lucky to have such a colleague. Linda was always willing to help, share her experiences, and even praise me in front of my boss. However, over time, I realized that her compliments and help often came with hidden expectations. Once, Linda helped me complete a difficult project, but then she started implying that I owed her a favor. Another time, she volunteered to lead a new work group, but then used the group's success as a springboard for her own career, without mentioning the contributions of other team members. These actions were not motivated by kindness, but by a desire to control and benefit from Linda's social relationships. This made me feel insecure and distrustful of her when I realized that her charming appearance was just a mask that hid the truth. Stoic philosophy helped me recognize and resist manipulation by focusing on self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and staying calm in difficult situations. I learned that I had to develop my intuition and sharpen my mind to recognize the subtle signs of manipulation, maintain objectivity, and not let my emotions dictate my decisions. This helped me not only protect myself, but also build more genuine and meaningful relationships in my life. In our daily lives, we meet many people from different cultures and places, from those who are kind and trustworthy to those who can hurt us. It is important to be aware and stay away from people who want to hurt you. Stoicism is one of the oldest philosophical systems that helps us understand how to deal with life, provides us with tools to detect evil, and use those tools in our daily lives. By learning more about this philosophy, we can learn more about ourselves and build a more authentic and meaningful life. Stoicism teaches us to be self-reliant, to accept others, and most importantly, to live a moral life. By applying these lessons to our daily lives, we can not only stay away from bad people, but also move towards a happier and more meaningful life. Life is full of challenges, and Stoicism teaches us how to recognize and stay away from bad people. Hopefully, this article has given you some warning signs to help you stay away from bad people and make your life stronger. Remember, it is not enough to just recognize them. You also have to do something about them. By applying the principles of Stoicism, we can learn to consciously perceive and deal with these situations in a patient and compassionate way. This not only helps us protect and nurture our moral integrity, but also helps make the world a better place where compassion and mutual understanding are valued and promoted. Thank you for watching. If you found the content useful, please leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Do you know anything about Stoicism or have any experiences you would like to share? We would love to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future interesting videos. I would like to take a moment to express my deep gratitude to all of you for your incredible support and encouragement. Your continued support has made me feel truly grateful and motivated me every day. I can't express enough how important your support has been to me and how it has helped me through so many hardships. I am so grateful and thankful for you guys being such amazing and loyal viewers. Thank you all for always being there for me and cheering me on.